Herb Lubalin was an American graphic designer from New York, New York, born on March 17, 1918, and lived until May 24, 1981. He was a type designer, graphic designer, and art director. His primary type of artwork was typography, which is a technique of arranging type to make written language appealing when displayed. He was referred to as the father of conceptual typography, as he was famous for introducing expressive typography in print advertising. Lubalin was colorblind and ambidextrous. Being a colorblind designer meant that at times he had to trust illustrators and photographers to create the full color images. For example, when creating the public broadcast logo, the colors played a big role in the design, but he had to trust others with the color choice. But this inability to tell apart colors could have been seen as a way to have contributed to his success in creating some of his clever black and white imagery for his more controversial work. A year before his death, he was asked to create some designs for a new broadcast company, MTV. But his ideas didn't go through because his design signature at this time no longer was seen as innovative. The task was given to a design company called Manhattan Design that recognized the rapid changes in the broadcast landscape and created the iconic logo. It's interesting to think about how he could have adapted to a new design environment if he had continued to live. One of his famous quotes is, "Sometimes you sacrifice legibility to increase impact." Lubalin was famous for many influential typographic works within magazines. Collaborating with Ralph Ginsberg, they contributed to Avant-Garde, Arrows, and Fact. This is one of my favorite pieces of his. It states that a diplomat is a person who can tell you to go to hell in such a way that you actually look forward to the trip. The focal point of the statement overlaps the top and the bottom using an elegant hand-lettered script. This piece also uses bold typeface in which the impact of the message relies on the design and styling of the words. With this, Lubalin succeeded in making an unpleasant message seem attractive.
Most designers cherish the time they spend alone. Just you, your pen and paper. No limits. But the minute you start designing for a particular client, things become more complicated. The process can require a good deal of give and take, sometimes a lot more than you'd expect.
I think it was about 10 years ago, PBS came to us with a problem. They had about 200 TV stations, but everybody thought of them as being local. Our job was to give them a national image. So we came up with this idea. And they looked at it and said, it's kind of reflective of the American flag. If you eliminate the stripes and just concentrate on the stars, it might be better. So I came up with this logo. And they said, why so many stars? Go back and see what you can do with one star. Don't pull the wool over our eyes. I see 4 or 5 smaller stars. Try something else. There's more to the United States than Texas. The immediate reaction to this was, it looks too Jewish. Well, when you go from stars and stripes, what do you got left? So we came back with this idea, and they said, he's facing left. And I said, what's wrong with that? And they said, well, you know, we have a reputation for being a kind of liberal network, so if you could make them face right a little bit, well, that's much better, but see if you can make them a little happier. I said, well, that's somewhat better. He doesn't look happy, but at least he looks more hopeful. Well, after much contemplation, we decided that the obvious solution comes out of the name. Public means people. They loved it, but they had a few reservations. The little man was red and facing left. And they said, well, couldn't you change the color? And we said, sure, we can change the color. That's not difficult. And they said, well, how about turning the N and the P around? And we said, that's impossible. If we turn the face around, he's going to have his nose right up the B. So we finally settled on the Blue Man, but facing left. And that's the story behind